Good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome here to Whitegate in North-East Clare for the Under-21B hurling final, the Berwick, Callinan, Murphy Solicitors Under-21B hurling final. It's a real East Clare occasion here in Whitegate, East Clare venue, and two East Clare teams of Feakle, Killanena and Scariff Ogonnelloe in the final. It's a repeat of last year's Under-21A final, which Scariff Ogonnelloe came out on top. So revenge is on a mission for the boys from Feakle, Killanena. I'm joined in commentary today by Pat McNamara, Pat Falta.
Good to be here.
Pat, this is the makings of a marvellous occasion. Look at four East Clare clubs involved, and look at the weather. Hasn't been conducive all week. There has been weather warnings, but I think there's a storm brewing here in Whitegate.
Definitely, it's a hurling storm, please God. The skies are blue here in beautiful Get the Ball. Well, as we keep praising the pitch here, so well appointed, so in such great shape, and well done to the Whitegate, the whole committee here in charge of the pitch. And you can't get any more North-East Clare than we are. The next stop is Tommy Larkins from Galway, a few yards down the road there, and an awful lot to look forward to. First thing I noticed looking at the programme, Leo, is the different sides of the panel. I see Feakle Killanena have about 7 or 8 subs named, and I think Scariff Ogonnelloe would have more than maybe they've about, I'd say, 18, 19, 20 guys as subs, which is just it was the strength of their panel. So that's one issue. But really looking forward to the game. A finalists last year, you wouldn't expect them to be the B final 12 months later, but here we are, and let's hope we just get a great game to mark the occasion. That it is a very important occasion, in fairness.
Yeah, and a lot of those subs that you've mentioned to Pat are a part of the Scariff Ogonnelloe Under-21D team, who are also in the final. And you know, 3 years ago, Pat, at this age, Feakle Killanena lost a minor B Shield. Scariff Ogonnelloe lost a minor B hurling final. So look at the trajectory has only been up for those two clubs.
Absolutely, I suppose, you know, amalgamation, they are working extremely well, and that's the way it is in many of these Clare clubs, as we well know. Look at numbers are getting smaller in a lot of the rural clubs, Leo, and it's fantastic that we have these four neighbouring clubs, if you like, in the final here today. You know, an awful lot to look forward to, and the great thing is conditions have really got very benign. There's hardly any wind to speak of much, and the rain seems to be holding away. There's one grey cloud threatening there, all right, but overall, look at it, there's an awful lot to look forward to, and some really good individual players on view as well. So we just hope that all the players will shine, and it'll be the skills and the ability of the players will decide the game.
There's no doubt, Pat, rivalry once this game starts. Rivalry, you know, a lot of these, as we go to school one another, they're friendly with one another. All that goes out the window.
Naturally, Leo, once even before the ball is thrown, it's going to be thrown in 5 or 6 minutes. But I'd say since the draws were made and some people knew they were in the final, all friendships are out the window. Once you get inside the white lines, there's one thing in every player's mind, that is to try and get that trophy going home for their clubs, and that's what it's all about. And look at, you can be as tough and as determined and as intense inside the pitch, inside the white lines of the field during a game. And the great thing about sport and Jay is after that, these lads will meet each other, I'm sure, and have a chat and maybe a drink or whatever, and they'll be good friends again, but not in between the first and final whistles.
Yeah, and this game is brought to you in association with Stream Sport TV and association with Scariff Community Radio. So we're going to give you the line out of both teams, starting with Feakle Killanena. In goals is Patrick O'Donnell, better known as Pecky. The full back line, Conor McGann, Owen Daly and Finn Minogue. Padraig O'Callaghan, Ronan O'Connor, the team captain, and Adam Maloney at the half back line. Pecky Daly and Henry Maloney in the middle of the field. Sean Walsh, Owen McGann, Shamie O'Donnell is the half forward line, with Darragh Maloney, Oisin O'Connor and Ronan Bowes comprising the full forward line. They'll be wearing their blue and green jerseys. For Scariff Ogonnelloe in their light blue. In goals is Sean Tracy. Aaron Collins, Scott Kearns, joint captain, and Cathal McCall is the full back line. Jack Ryan, Liam Crotty and Sean Hartigan is the half back line. Tadhg Minogue and Matthew Crotty along the Parker. Rossi Keehan, Mikey Sheedy of joint captain, and Colin O'Grady, with the full forward line comprising of Paul Rogers, Patrick Nugent and Lee Harrington. Some real firepower out there, Pat. Absolutely.
As I said, great individuals on show today, there's no question about it. And I suppose, as I was saying off air earlier, Leo, if you're winter conditions, if your goalkeeper, your centre back and your free taker are going well, it's a great start off for any team. But look at the individuals on all the sides. Ronan O'Connor centre back for Feakle Killanena, Liam Crotty centre back for Scariff Ogonnelloe, both outstanding players and have been for a while now at senior level as well. And then you look at Patrick O'Donnell, would be a newcomer to goals for Feakle Killanena, but has been doing extremely well, and fair play to him for stepping in and holding the fort there. Sean Tracy obviously is a top class goalie as well. Up front you see Paul Rogers, you see Mikey Sheedy, you see the Patrick Nugent for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Real brilliant individuals. Paul Rogers obviously is an outstanding star in the making attacking, and let's hope he'll be able to show his colours, his abilities today. Maybe not in a winning team from a Feakle Killanena point of view, but just to show the class that he has. Likewise, Oisin O'Connor and Owen McGann. Owen McGann has been super for Feakle Killanena. Seamie O'Donnell, another fellow with player with experience, went well for the Killanena intermediates during the year. So, as I said, a lot of good individuals, Leo, to look forward to.
And I suppose, you're speaking of scorers, Pat, and last Sunday, for Feakle Killanena here, Owen McGann, started out his career as a goalkeeper, turning into top class forward. 114 out of 116. He's going to need more help, Pat, and a more spread of scores to, maybe lighten the load for him.
Absolutely true, Leo. I was really sorry I missed his fantastic display. Obviously, Lisa McGrath's wedding was on last Saturday. She married Seamus Nugent there from Bearfield, and wished them every happiness, and I know you did wish them well last weekend as well. Every happiness to them for the future. But Owen was outstandingly brilliant the last day. But you have to have more a spread of scorers, and maybe that's why Scariff Ogonnelloe, in most people's eyes, are slight favourites, because they have possibly a better spread of scorers across the board up to now anyway. Maybe today is the day for Seamie O'Donnell, Ronan Bowes, Darren Maloney, Sean Walsh, or Oisin O'Connor maybe to shine, or maybe the midfielders to throw over a few points as well for Feakle Killanena.
And I suppose, Pat, always in finals, you never get the expected. You can expect the unexpected, and someone is going to come out of this pack and be a hero here today, Pat.
That's nearly from senior All-Ireland's hurling finals down to club level. At this level, you will always get one or two guys, maybe unsung heroes, who will on the day step up to the mark. It could be a cornerback, it could be a midfielder, it could be any lesser known player, a corner forward, wherever he'd be, can just have an outstanding game, just has one of those days and everything goes right and his mind is in the right place. And we hope that will happen today for a good number of players. As I said, we have the known players and the stars. I suppose they are genuine stars, underage hurling up to now, but as you say, Leo, correctly, often out of the pack some guy comes up, and today will be no different, I'd say.
Yeah, and I suppose looking at someone new coming out, as you said, experienced players. I'm just looking at the Scariff Ogonnelloe team with Tracy in goals, Scott Kearns, what a fullback, Liam Crotty. This is a lad that has blossomed really at senior level. Matthew Crotty, who has burst onto the scene as an outstanding midfielder in the senior championship. We all know about Mikey Sheedy. So up the middle, Scariff Ogonnelloe very strong. Likewise, Owen Daly, county championship winner with Feakle last year, Ronan O'Connor, McGann and Oisin O'Connor. So look, it's there's a lot of experience, even though they're only under 21. There's a lot of experience there.
Absolutely, senior and intermediate experience of championship, but with both both sides involved. Matthew Crotty, I'm looking forward to as well. I think he's a really skillful player, Leo, a really able player. Another guy from Scariff Ogonnelloe that could have a big say in the game and could dictate matters. But as you said, the Dailies, obviously serious experience with the Dailies. Again, Owen McGann will be expected to lead at number 11, but he'll be expecting great service or support from Oisin O'Connor as well. Yeah,
and the teams are out on the pitch, and Sean Tracy making his way down to the goals at the road end, and Packy is at the Craig end, up at the Tommy Lock side the balls with Tig Minogue. Tig switches his ball across out into open space. Who's going to come across it? Look at is Sean Hartigan. Just that had a tremendous semi-final. Got 2 points in play. Sean Hartigan, and Sean Hartigan's opens his account for Scariff Ogonnelloe. A lot of people. Sean Hartigan, his father Martin is the Bonashore for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Sean, who recovered from serious illness, and what a boost he's back for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Packy O'Donnell with the puck out over towards the far side, blocked down by Jack Ryan. And the ball breaks out there for off the stick of Pádraig O'Callaghan, out over the line ball for Scariff Ogonnelloe, going to be taken over in the far side there. It looks like he's at Matthew. No, he's leaving it to Jack Ryan. Matthew Crotty makes a run for him. Rosty Keane, another man who had a great semi-final. Ryan puts the ball down into the corner. Well, Lee Harrington comes out, but he's picked up by Ronan O'Connor. What a leader O'Connor is. Gives it out to Sean Walsh, one of the young players. Puts the ball into the middle for Adam Maloney. Maloney's a marauding midfielder. Gets the ball back to O'Connor. O'Connor out, loses the ball to Jack Ryan, but goes back to pick it up again. Leaves it out to Packy Daly. Here's Packy going up along the far side of the field, away from the stand side. Where our commentary position is in the main stand here. Owen McGann loses out on that one, but goes back to pick it up again. It's Scariff Ogonnelloe over on the far side. The ball breaks out. Minogue lets fly. Comes the ball. Gets the ball out. Packy shoots, but he's brilliantly blocked out by Matthew Crotty. The ball comes out here. The ball comes out to the midfielder. The midfielder is Henry Maloney, who gives the ball back to O'Callaghan, who puts the ball out to the corner. Oisin O'Connor trying to get away from the challenger, Scott Kearns. Oisin turns off his right. A shot from O'Connor. O'Connor was held scoreless that Sunday. Pat, these are the makings of a cracker. Great start for Oisin O'Connor. 1 point all, 2 minutes gone here in Whitegate.
Yeah, outstanding start for Scariff, which in second, Sean Hart again. Great genes in that. Father outstanding cornerback for Wolf Tones one time. And then Oisin O'Connor, who probably Feakle will need to be in the game. Brilliant start for him. Looked like he might have earned the free, but did great to get the ball over the bar under intense pressure.
Great puck out from Tracy, goes down the middle, picked up by O'Callaghan. Pádraig O'Callaghan gives the ball out to Aaron Maloney. Maloney maybe cut for steps. Maybe head over carried it. Owen O'Leary, the man from the local club here in Gathabon, is the rator here today, and early chance for Mikey Sheedy to test out his free taken. The flags blowing a small bit in favour of Feakle Killanena, maybe in this first half. And Mikey with this 60-metre free, he does a kind of a Joe Dean style, really economy of effort. Michael DeSole, Ogonnelloe representative on the first 15 here in Whitegate. It's 1 point all. Mikey Sheedy with this 60-metre free down to the goals at the Craig, the Portumna, Tommy Larkins in. Mikey drills this one straight and through. Mikey Sheedy puts that ball over the bar. 2 points for Scariff Ogonnelloe, 1 point for Feakle Killanena. We're just gone 3 minutes here live in Stream Sport, and we thank our best sponsor here today, Total Health Pharmacy in Scariff. And Pecky O'Donnell hits this puck out, great puck out, looking towards McGann puts up the hand, doesn't come down with it. Ball breaks to Shamie O'Donnell, but here it comes out is Darren Maloney, but the ball is cleared there by Hartigan, puts the ball into space towards Lee Harrington. The ball comes out to Paul Rogers. Paul lets it off to Harrington. Harrington is on a run towards goals. He's been pulled back and fouled there by Finn Minogue. Harrington has a real burst of speed there, and Pat, he took on the Feakle defence, and I think Finn Minogue was of the opinion thou shalt not pass.
Yeah, and you see, I suppose the Feakle Killanena defence will be so concerned with holding tabs on Paul Rogers, is that we'll give a little bit of room for Patrick Nugent and Lee Harrington, maybe, because you can't watch them. You can't watch three dangerous guys all together. So that's what happened there. Harrington took it on well, won the free quite well, and Mikey has another chance now, and it's going to be a very important day for free takers of a fitting already, Leo. Yeah,
and the rain beginning to fall here in Whitegate. Mikey 25 metres out, 15 metres in from the stand side here. Can Mikey add to Scariff Ogonnelloe's lead? He drills this one. Mikey puts that one over the bar, 3 points to 1. Mikey, who has gone to the right hand side actually and gone wide. The umpire was slow enough and come around, so the score remains 2-1. Mikey, who was man of the match in the U21A final last year, win the same teams meet with Scariff Ogonnelloe coming out on top. Pecky goes long out towards the far side towards Sean Walsh. That ball breaks down to the centre back, Liam Crotty goes over, keeps it on that side of the field, looking for Patrick Nugent. Good pick up from Patrick Nugent, had a good semi-final, gives the ball lovely after Paul Rogers, and Paul Rogers straight and through from the stick of Paul Rogers. That's great movement from Scariff Ogonnelloe. Crotty up to Nugent, quick hand pass into Rogers. Gaharan Desna on 3 points to 1 in favour of Scariff Ogonnelloe.
Yeah, first touch from Patrick Nugent was beautiful. Just killed the ball dead in his hurley, and the pass to the man moving. And if you want one man moving to shoot for you, it'll be Paul Rogers over the bar without a bother.
That puck out from Pecky O'Donnell. Liam Crotty went to the clouds, didn't come down with it, but the ball breaks out to Rossi Keehan. Keehan is a hard working wing forward. This ball goes in over the top in towards Nugent. The ball breaks to Mikey Donnerstock. Mikey, a shot saved inside. Good save by the goalkeeper Pecky. That will help Pecky O'Donnell's confidence, no doubt, in that ball. He's cleared out by Owen McGann out over the sideline. But I tell you, there was consternation there for the Scariff or for the Feakle Killanena defence. Mikey maybe have gone low, but in fairness to O'Donnell, the goalkeeper, he advanced and made a smart save.
Great credit to Pecky O'Donnell. There is a very inexperienced goalkeeper, played most of his hurling up front, and he coped with that one very well. As you say, maybe a daisy cutter would have been more beneficial from the Scariff Ogonnelloe point of view, but he did his job. A little bit of a panic in the clearance there from the full back line, but look at it's a goal saved. Yeah, the ball is out from Rogers to Mikey Sheedy. Rogers shoots from the sideline. Rogers shoot is gone to the right again and gone wide. The score remains Scariff Ogonnelloe 3 points. Feakle Killanena 1. Feakle Killanena just find it a bit hard to find their feet here. And the rainbow. There's a rainbow over the water tower here in Whitegate. Hopefully that's going to take away the shot. Pecky drills this one into the breeze out towards the midfielder. Is Pecky Daly. That's blocked down brilliantly by Tyke Minogue. And here comes O'Connor. Ronan O'Connor. What a leader this man is.
the man who captained St. Joseph Tulla to Hearty Glory a number of years ago, and he wins a free there, a late challenge on Ronan O'Connor, and that's what Ronan O'Connor can do, Pat. He's marauding runs, and Scariff Ogonnelloe will not want him coming up the field.
Exactly, Leo. There are a few better sites in hurling, underage hurling in East Clare or any part of Clare than Ronan O'Connor. When he bursts out of defence with the ball, he has one thing in mind, that is either get a score, set up a score, but drive his team forward.
And here's this free 65 metres out. Marksman Supreme hit a brilliant game here. McGann shoots, and McGann starts off where he left off last week, puts that one straight over the bar. A great good free from McGann to get his confidence going and get his shooting radar in focus. 3 points for Scariff Ogonnelloe, 3 for Feakle Killanena. Sean Tracy with the puck out for Scariff. Once again, credit YKGA. The condition of this pitch is unreal. That ball from Sean Tracy goes out over the head of Cathal McCall. He gave it a fair spin. Line ball for Feakle Killanena. Sean Walsh, a young player, hard working wing forward, going taking this line ball 50 metres out on the far side of the field here from the main stand. Massive crowd in here for this eagerly awaited under 21 final. That ball from Sean Walsh makes his way tamely out over the inline, air for eel, and I think I see a couple of players beginning to get to see one another inside. They'd know one another quite well. Just testing one another out here at full back and full forward. Sean Tracy with the puck out coming for Scariff. I don't think he'll be drilling this one. I see Sean Hartigan making a run up the wing, and here he goes. Tracy drills this ball out to Hartigan. Hartigan and Shamey O'Donnell. Shamey lets fly one-handed. The ball breaks out here. We're very close to the sideline. McGann goes in there. Combination. Shamey is on the knees, and Owen McGann, our Owen O'Leary, going to take the time to throw in the ball. Owen, one of our top officials in the county, really stern official, will not let anything develop, anything untoward. That ball breaks in. It's going to be in. It's kept in trade by Liam Crotty. Strong man is Liam Crotty. That ball goes out over the line. The linesman Hartigan, the Scariff Ogonnelloe manager, trying to influence the referee there by putting up his hand. Line ball for Shamey O'Donnell. Where's he going? Puts that ball, not the best one. Gets it into the middle. In towards Henry Maloney. Maloney loses out. The ball goes down to the corner. Partick Nugent. Excuse me, Partick Nugent made lovely pick up from Nugent again. Gets it and he flicks that ball off to Mikey Sheedy. Mikey very close to the sideline. Push the ball back out to Nugent. Nugent trying to find the men in space, trying to burrow out with the ball. Gets the ball out to Paul Rogers. Paul naturally puts the ball in towards Harrington. But the ball is brilliant, is lost there by Finn Minogue. Lee Harrington, a shot from Harrington. And Harrington puts it over the bar. Double scores here in Whitegate. 9.5 minutes gone. Scariff Ogonnelloe 4, Feakle Killanena 2, Pat. A sign of nervous is there from Finn Minogue.
A little bit, and it's a fair reflection on the game so far. Scariff Ogonnelloe are winning more ball in the middle third of the field, and the delivery is quite good as well. Here come.
Yeah, that shot poke out from Peck. He went out to Ronan O'Connor. Ronan gets it out to Pádraig O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan gives it to Finn Minogue, and Minogue does well. Push the ball into space, looking for Ronan Bowes. Ronan Bowes is pushed in the back there by Aaron Collins. Bowes patch, and a player you'd know quite well, very low to the ground, very low trajectory, well able to manufacture free, and once he was getting any kind of a touch, he was going to the turf.
Yeah, super athlete is Ronan. Very light, very light on his feet as well, but great footwork, and well able to, I suppose, when a player his size and stature gets a little nudge in the back and goes down, it's going to always be a free in, and he worked it well, but it was a free, so here we go, chance to narrow the gap to the minimum.
Yeah, McGann with his 45 metre free. McGann, in fairness, that's brilliant free taken from McGann, narrows the deficit to Callinan 1, Scariff Ogonnelloe 4, Feakle Killanena 3 points. Puckamock coming Asan Coolbar, Sean O'Trassick, and Sean surveying his options here. Where's the runner? I see Tig Minogue makes the run. Sean is going down here towards this side, looking for Rossi Keehan, and the ball comes back to O'Connor. O'Connor has started like an express train. Lovely low ball from O'Connor up towards Sean Walsh, and there will be a coming together there. A free from Ronan O'Connor, late tackle on Ronan O'Connor. I think Paul Rogers may be the guilty. Paul protests his innocence like any forward would do, and Ronan O'Connor back on his own half-back line. Once again, Pat, O'Connor has started. Look at you. I know you spoke about him earlier. He has started like an express train.
Yeah, the first thing is we notice his hurling is outstandingly, but just notice his physique as well. His S&C work has been obviously intensive, because he looks like a powerful unit at the moment. Just what you want from your centre back and leader.
Yeah, and Owen McGann, Feakle Killanena bringing McGann back into his own half-back line, just inside his own half of the field, 5 metres on the sideline, to be a great ball. McGann has struck this well. He has struck it absolutely Tracy on the money. Pat, that's top class free taken in any language. 4 points all, Pat.
I was going to say world class, Leo, but as hurling isn't a worldwide game yet, it's absolutely outstanding. That is a 3.5. It would lift any team. Brilliant by Owen.
Yeah, puck out from Sean Tracy, goes out to Cathal McCall, another man who will have great memories of last year's under-21A final. Liam Crotty delivers this ball down, looking for Lee Harrington, but he's going to be picked out by, is it Packy Daly? Packy Daly sitting in the back of the pocket, back to Rowan O'Connor. Rowan a shot, half back down by Paul Rogers, and it comes to Tyke Minogue. Tyke, who would have close connections to get the ball. His grandfather, Tommy, hurled not only with Whitegate but with the neighbouring parish over the road in Tommy Larkins. The ball comes back to Conor McGann. McGann gives it out to Finn Minogue. Minogue, no messing from Finn. Push the ball out into space down to Sean Walsh and Jack Ryan. Ryan goes back but suffers of the elements, the soft ground. He goes to ground. Crotty in. Cathal McCall in trying to win this ball. The ball is very tight to the sideline. Gone over the sideline. And Pat, even with 12 and a half minutes gone, momentum slightly switching in favour of Feakle Killanena.
Yeah, which is strange because, you don't associate in the first 10 minutes of whatever we've seen there, the ball being inside the Feakle Killanena full forward lane only maybe once for O'Shea O'Connell's point, and yet here we are level with a chance, maybe a chance to go ahead.
McGann cuts it. McGann, his free taking has been sublime. Sideline taking maybe not as accurate. Tracy with the quick puck out, looking for Sean, looking for the runner Sean Hartigan. Picked up Shamie O'Donnell, playing as an auxiliary wing back, wearing number 12. Here's Keehan, that's Rasta, puts the ball into Harrington. Harrington has 1 point got, going to shoot off his left, he's predominantly shoots off his right. Here comes Harrington and catches the ball 3 times and on the put the ball over the bar. But in fairness to the Owen O'Leary, right on the money. And the one thing about O'Leary of referees, the fitness levels, I know there's John Bugler, he has learned well from John Bugler, a more senior referee, but his fitness levels for a referee are off the charts. And a free coming here for Rowan O'Connor, 30 metres out from his own goals, 13 and a half minutes gone. We started. We are at parity, 4 points all. O'Connor puts this ball up into the corner. The ball up towards Bowes, looking for Oisin. That's Oisin, that's his brother. And across comes Crotty, Liam Crotty. What a leader this man is. Nonchalant flick from Liam up to Mikey Sheedy. Mikey gives it back to Tyke. Tyke Minogue gets the set up play. Ball brilliantly blocked down there by Owen Daly. And in came Colin O'Grady, but O'Grady was beaten by Patrick O'Callaghan, who was in turn beaten by Patrick Nugent. And Pedro Pat McNamara, no quarter Esther given here and get the ball.
Oh, look, there's no easy balls here, Leo, and I wouldn't expect anything less in the final. I mean, apart from the rivalry, these are two really good teams. They've proven that by getting here and have played at high levels. As I said, a number of players on both sides have played senior intermediate championship, so they know what they're about. No soft touches here. That
ball from Owen Daly, line ball, gets the ball back to Shamie. Shamie comes out, gets the ball, comes to Tyke Minogue. Tyke Minogue went to the tackle. Shamie O'Donnell pick for over carrying. Now he did run into Shamie. I don't think there was that untoward. He did pick up a shoulder injury, and maybe we have to give respect. He did pick up an injury. He went down because Tyke Minogue is not a player that goes down very, very easily.
Yeah, Owen O'Leary was adamant that it was just an incident that happened as part of the game whereby momentum took both players into each other. There was no one charging and there was no one fouling, and I think that's fair enough. But harsh on him to be pulled for overcarrying, especially after getting the injury. Maybe a throw-in would have been a fair result. But look, the referee Owen O'Leary is an outstanding referee, as you mentioned 2 minutes ago, and we're going to go by what he says. And let's see. The main thing is that the player gets up and he's well able to continue.
Yeah, and Owen wasn't taking any advice from the former Ireland medal winner from Ogonnelloe, PJ Delaney, who played with Kenny in the early 90s. So Owen, very much his own man, not taking the advice of any of the outside officials. It's a free 45 metres out from his own goals, and if McGann can do it from 10 metres further up, he can do it from here. So they brought him back. It's 4 points each here, halfway through the first half here on Streamsport GA live from Gattabon. Here comes McGann. Doesn't strike it as well, the heavy ball maybe, but it's going to drop around the square. But here comes out Crotty nonchalantly moves out, drives that ball at pace. Where it comes out here come Pádraig O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan shoots off his left. O'Callaghan puts Feakle Killanena into the lead. Pádraig O'Callaghan, played last year, very underrated player, maybe suffered an injury during the year, but I tell you, he normally comes good at this time of the year. Good score.
I quite been off the field, Leo. I'm lived 2 doors away from him, and night and day after day after day, you hear the ball hopping off the gable in at home. He's practicing as a young fella. Lovely to see him scoring that point there, well deserved, and amazing that they're in the lead after maybe the way the game has gone.
A puck out from Sean Tracy, and Sean gave it absolutely everything. He made some number of great saves in the semi-final last week in their victory over Bradford, but then once again he has found the sanctuary of the sideline here at the bar. The line ball coming is Sean Walsh. He's gone back into his own half back line to take this line ball. Sean walking up and down the far flank, cuts it low along, comes out towards Jack Ryan. Ryan goes back and picks up in the second attempt, gets the ball back to Tyke Minogue. Good to see Tyke back on his feet. The ball comes in where it is blocked down there by Finn Minogue. Finn loses out, and the ball is in by Harrington into Paul Rogers, and Conor McGann. Here comes Rogers, shot, great save by Packy Daly. Packy Daly, and it goes in from the rebound from Mikey Sheedy. Oh, and there's a coming together afterwards there. And I think Packy O'Donnell could incur the wrath of the Raitor. But what a save from Packy O'Donnell. A point blank shot from Paul Rogers. But there was Mikey Sheedy to hammer home the rebound to put the score. Scariff Ogonnelloe 1 goal and 4. Feakle Killanena 5 points. There's going to be a chat, I think, for Packy that was coming together with himself from Mikey. And I think his own, what's he going to do? Is he going to, I think maybe a little Feakle is toxic close maybe to tell. In fairness, good refereeing we had a referee in the Aviva Stadium yesterday evening, and he gave cards and the wooden cards. He didn't give them when there should be cards. So in fairness to O'Leary, Packy, you can count yourself lucky because you rose the hand, and here he comes to raise the hands to take this puck out. 17 and a half minutes gone. 1-4 for Scariff Ogonnelloe, 5 points for Feakle Killanena. Up goes Crotty to the clouds, doesn't come down with it, but in comes Macho is beaten on this occasion. Who's it come? It's O'Connor. O'Connor is Packy Daly. Packy Daly fixing it across to Ocean O'Connor. Tracy advanced and made a great save. That's brilliant goalkeeping from a very, brave goalkeeper in Sean Tracy. But what a run from Packy Daly. The ball comes back out to Sean Walsh. Sean tight to the sideline. Puts the ball into Bose. That was a kind of, as you said, a hospital pass. He comes back out to Henry Maloney. Maloney for Feakle Killanena. He's fouled, a kind of a chopper cross there by, I think, was it Jack Ryan. In fairness, the chance to make amends came very quick, but Tracy flew out of the goals like an absolute. His father was a Tigers goalie. This fella cut from the same cloth, came out and blocked. O'Connor, as O'Hara was about to billow the net. 1-4 to 5 points back. Really entertaining under 21B final.
Very well. We're still great run through the middle to set up the chance for O'Connor, but brilliant goalkeeping, as you say, Leo. And we said it before, we'll say it again. Chances here will be maybe few enough and far between. We need to be taking them, but that was great defending. Packy O'Donnell the other end, brilliant save, but the Feakle Killanena for Blacktown were missing in action for Mikey Sheedy to step in.
Yeah, and again from that resultant free brings it back to deficit to Coolina 1 than a 4 now. Great score from again. He's free taken. Sublime. Scariff Ogonnelloe 1 goal and 4. Feakle Killanena 6 points. Shamie O'Donnell, I tell you, he's done more running today than he did in a long time. And a good puck out from Tracy. Goes out to Hartigan. They have to stop the runs of Hartigan. And Shamie decides to stop with Source. In fairness to Shamie, he's tracking Hartigan well. He's the runner. Caldwell Paul McCrory, he coming out to take this one. So whatever McGann can do on one side, Paul Rogers, man who was instrumental in Clare getting to the All-Ireland minor final. Liam Crotty going taking this free. No, Liam is going leaving it to Paul Rogers, and Paul is one of there's 9 of the Feakle Scariff Ogonnelloe team that played in the 21A final. Paul Rogers not one of them. A fair man to be bringing in as an auxiliary player.
Oh, look at to have Paul Rogers on any team, but to be coming in his first year, not having played last year because he was too young, obviously, an absolute superstar of Clare minors and Scariff underage all his life. And look at this belt of a free. He's got serious distance. Accuracy not so this time, but Paul Rogers is going to have a big influence in this game before. That's just a little hiccup.
Yeah, that ball goes out to the left hand side and good wide. 1 goal and 4 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Feakle 6 points. Good puck out from Packy O'Donnell. Goes to the far side looking for Sean Walsh. Walsh is working hard, and whatever Sean Tracy has done on the far side, I tell you, they're keeping it away from the middle. I think both goalkeepers have been told to keep it away from Crosby in the middle and O'Connor at the other end as Packy went for the sideline. Quick puck from Tyke Minogue. Goes out here back to McCall. McCall gives it back into Crotty. Crotty with a lovely flick into Colin O'Grady. Here's Colin. Quick delivery from Colin into Patrick Nugent. Patrick Nugent, his touch is absolutely unbelievable. Is Nugent going to shoot? Instead he puts the ball into Paul Rogers. He gives it to Matthew Crotty. Crotty is stood up by Ron O'Connor. O'Connor does well. Stopped the run of, and he's fouled there by Paul Rogers as O'Connor. I tell you, the danger signals were there, and Scariff Ogonnelloe coming through. In fairness, O'Connor, he has repelled 3 or 4 of those attacks coming through the middle, Pat.
Serious leadership from Ron O'Connor there. I mean, he stood him up first of all, didn't hit to come out with the ball, and was coming out with it, got the worthy free. Look at these kind of lads in your team, you always have a chance. But there's one or two runs being made by Scariff forwards, which are really Scariff Ogonnelloe forwards, really threatening the Feakle Killanena defence. So they need Ronan and others to step up to the mark as well.
And there's a sub coming on for Feakle Killanena. I tell you what, a sub to be able to bring on. It's Ronan Keane, the Clare minor and under 20 star, and who was a minor fullback on the All-Star team number of years. Unfortunately for Ronan, bereft for injuries at the moment. But what an addition to come in to the Feakle Killanena team. He comes in as a corner forward in place of Darren Maloney, and that free from O'Connor comes off the stick, I think it was Jack Ryan out over the line. We have a line ball, and O'Keane is he going to make a certain impact on taking this line ball? Cuts a great ball across. O'Connor is in behind Kearns. Oh, I tell you, Oisin O'Connor, he was waiting behind. Sean Tracy does well, gets the ball out to Colin O'Grady. O'Grady playing well at wing forward, puts the ball down to Harrington. the ball goes over his head. Here comes to Ronan O'Connor getting the ball, puts the ball out into the middle, where it is going to go towards Ronan Keane. The ball comes to the midfielder. The midfielder's Henry Maloney. Trying to find the ball, but the ball comes out here. McCall is met by Pádraig O'Callaghan. McCall does well, being chased and being fouled by Ronan Keane. And Ronan Keane now does a coming together.
Getting a bit of attention.
All these players that know one another quite well, and Sean Hartigan, he's gone to ground, and Martin Hartigan, the Scariff Ogonnelloe manager, in there being told to go off the field by Henry Maloney. His father, a Brakeman, his mother, ex-Tullochmore woman, his grandfather won championships at Tullochmore, the late Jim Coster. He was no shrinking violet in his day either, but Ola O'Leary, what's Owen going to do? Taking advice from the linesman, Sean Hartigan. There was a coming together of players. I think it's probably maybe a getting to know one another, Pat.
Well, sure, when Ronan Keane came in there, he needed a welcome, and he had a lovely welcome, in fairness. Now, the question about Ronan is, obviously, we know his outstanding record with Clare minors, then with Feakle Killanena. Can those hamstrings hold up? Because he's had serious injury trouble. What an addition he would be if he's mobile and moving. But even his presence alone, I think, is causing ripples of concern in the Scariff Ogonnelloe defence. But no question about the free here, and a chance for Scariff Ogonnelloe to put serious pressure again on the full back line, if not indeed put it over.
Yeah, there was 3 or 4 of him who would know quite well, and they made a beeline to say hello to him. Doesn't know to give him a right welcome here in Gethabon. It's a free 65 metres out from the Scariff Ogonnelloe goal, tight to sideline. Liam Crotty drills this ball down to Paul Rogers, down to sideline. Paul's touch is is he going to shoot from the sideline? Paul, is it going to come inside? It does come inside over the bar. It's 1 goal and 5 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. 6 points from Feakle Killanena. That's a top class score from Paul Rogers, Pat.
Sure, that's why he's so admired, and so there's so much expectation around him as well, Leo, from Scariff point of view, Scariff Ogonnelloe, and indeed Clare. Paul Rogers is gifted, strong as well. Owen O'Leary is telling people he doesn't need any advice, and I think that's good refereeing as well, just warn them in time without having to pull them up during the play.
Yeah, Owen is the man in control, and here's the man in control of the Slither around Omshin. It's Pecky O'Donnell. Pecky puts it out towards the lawn of Parker, looking for Henry Maloney. He's blocked down by Liam Crotty, out to Aaron Maloney. Aaron Maloney loses out, and the ball comes to Keehan, puts the ball into middle to Tadhg Minogue. Tadhg Minogue kicks the ball ahead when it comes to Finn Minogue. Finn, very solid at cornerback, gets the ball out to Sean Walsh, and who gives it? Recycles the ball to Pecky Daly. Pecky now has Lee Harrington for company. He also has Mikey Sheedy in there for company. The ball out here, 40 metres out from the Feakle Killanena goal, 60 metres out. And Owen O'Leary, in fairness to him, with the conditions they are, not letting the scrums develop, going to throw in the ball. And I think it is Sean Walsh. Sean sitting on the ground, maybe not the healthiest thing to be doing this time of the year, but he can play on one boot. It's and O'Leary, in fairness, giving him the time to put on the boot.
It's wise.
25 minutes gone, Pat. 1-5 to 6 points.
Yeah, it's wise to not let the rucks develop too long in these conditions, because the ball sticks in the ground. You could have an ankle or an instep injury very quickly. Summertime, the ball might be flicked out 10 metres away and opens it up, but O'Leary correct to blow it soon, and he'll be doing it again, I'd say.
Yeah, and the ball is gone. Sean Walsh digging deep there, trying to get it out. Shamey O'Donnell. Shamey was very close to it. The ball comes out. Paul Rogers trying. Lee Harrington trying to get it. Jack Ryan picks the ball out from a scrum of players. Gets a great ball into open space. Looking for Rogers. Rogers and Conor McGann. Here comes Rogers. Gets the ball. Flicks the ball in towards Mikey Sheedy. But the ball comes in over the top. Owen Daly does very, very well. That's brilliant full-back play. The experienced Owen Daly. And he goes down. He maybe came in got a late shoulder off Mikey Sheedy. But again, the warning signs are there. But in fairness to Daly who, came in place of Evan McMahon there for Feakle in the county for the county final last year and played very, very well. Showed all his experience there, Pat.
Yeah, senior experience is hard to beat, but Scariff Ogonnelloe noticeable. They're playing an awful lot diagonal ball over to the right, top of the right corner there, where Rogers or maybe Harrington are shown for the time. So it seems to be a tactic to go diagonal, and of course it does give the forward the advantage, working fairly well in their favour. But in fairness to Owen Daly there, he cut out the danger, and for his trouble, he won a well-won free.
Yeah, 26 minutes gone here in Wycott, and people still coming in here for this under 21B final. Ronan O'Connor with a free 21 metres out from his own goals. Will he go to McGann? McGann now gone to wing forward for Feakle Killanena. Shamie O'Donnell gone in centre forward, or gone into the middle. Yeah, Sean Walsh has gone in centre forward, and Shamie's gone to the far side. Here comes O'Connor, drills this ball, looking towards the Drahar. The Drahar puts up the hand, doesn't come down with it. Scott Cairns, like a policeman, polices that one, does well, shortens the grip, comes out with it, and he's been pulled back there by Ronan Keane. In fairness to Cairns, you know, he's one of these old style full backs, but he's able to hurl, but he knows the fine arts as well.
And I think you called it no nonsense player, Leo. Fullbacks traditionally have to be that way, and Scott Cairns experienced and plenty of ability as well. Ronan O'Connor should read this again. And
Ronan O'Connor, that freak from Liam Crotty. Ronan O'Connor loses it for once. He's flicked away by Matthew Crotty. Matthew Crotty to Harrington, and Harrington is having the day of his life. He got 2 points in the semi-final last week, makes it 1-6 to 6 points. We spoke about players that could come out of the pack. Harrington would be one of the lesser known lights on the Scariff Ogonnelloe team, but I tell you one thing, he's playing quite well here, Pat.
He's, as you can aim a ball at him, and he could also finish, as he's proven, and just Ronan O'Connor just failed to get to it, but it was always favouring the forward, and Ronan just wasn't able to cut it out on that occasion, but he's done enough cutting out already to earn his corn for the first half alone. So
that puck out from Peck, he went out low, out towards Owen McGann. Owen let it slip, and again Owen McGann not letting the scrum or the ruck develop, you know, as Ronan Keane come in there like an express train. The ball comes out here, it comes out to Packy Daly. Daly, what a real top class hurler is Daly. Gets the ball down to Bowes and O'Connor, but Crotty is sitting back there in the pocket, cuts out that fire out to Sean Hartigan. The impressive Hartigan delivers off his left hand side up towards Mikey Sheedy, but he flicks the ball into O'Connor drives it with all his might down to Sean Tracy, no one inside. He should deal with this one. He drills that ball out here into space on the far side of the field, where Aaron Maloney gets it at the second attempt. Henry Maloney is there for company, gets the ball out to Ronan. Ronan Keane going to shoot off his left. Ronan shoots, but Ronan shoots out to the right hand side and gone wide. Will take him a few minutes to get to Bairns. The score remains 28.5 minutes gone. Scariff Ogonnelloe 1 goal and 6. That goal from Mikey Sheedy. Feakle Killanena 6 points as the dark clouds begin to descend here on Get-the-Ball. And here comes a puck out coming from Sean Tracy. Goes over towards the far side of the field, over towards Colin O'Grady and Rasta Keehan. Keehan gets it, but the ball comes into the middle. O'Connor has some amount of leather hit here. He gives it out to McGann. Here comes Owen McGann. Is he going to shoot? Takes on Jack Wright. McGann taking it at pace. He has caught it twice. He can't catch it. A shot from McGann. Does it come inside? Unfortunately from again, the finish doesn't match the set-up play, and it goes out to the right-hand side or left-hand side here and gone wide. The score remains Scariff Ogonnelloe 1 goal and 6. Feakle Killanena 6 points. Pat, we said it's going to be tight. It's exactly that.
Yeah, the goal is the difference. As I said, Pack made a great save, but Mikey reacted. He was on his own, actually. The full back then had all gone out, maybe ball watching, and a well-finished goal. But that's the difference between the teams at the moment.
That puck out from Tracy goes down the middle, where it is blocked by Packy Daly. Packy Daly gets the ball out to his midfielder partner, Henry Maloney, who gives it back to Aaron Maloney. No relation. The ball goes up into the corner. McGann now gone in full forward. That ball is gone in. Liam Crotty back in the corner back position, right in front of the dressing rooms. Grennan blocked down by McGann. The ball comes out to Cairns. Should be a line ball for Feakle Killanena. In fairness to McGann, he's all over the place, Pat. You know, he's gone from wing centre to wing. You know, he's now gone back in full to where he has played a lot of his hurling. He got the goal in the county final last year. They're hoping maybe he's going to make the same impact here coming up to Ogonnelloe and Pollock.
Yeah, and an awful lot expected of Owen, but obviously he's capable. He's broad shoulders and he's capable of it, but it can be very hard for a forward if he moves around so much to figure out exactly where he is when he has the ball. Another free one by Ronan Bowes.
Yeah, Bowes went to the ground. I think Aaron Collins, you know, the line ball was hit by Sean Walsh. Quite designedly into Bowes. Bowes went over. No, he's so low to the ground, and Collins just dived in over the top, and free now for Feakle Killanena. We're going into at a time here in on Killanena. 1 goal and 6 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Feakle Killanena 6 points. We thank our main sponsor here on Scariff Bay Community Radio and Association with Streamsport, Total Health Pharmacy. And here is this 35-metre free. Owen McGann. Can he narrow the deficit here in Whitegate? 20 metres in from the far side. McGann strikes it, gives it up into the air, and the umpire has gone for the white flag. Narrows the deficit. Scariff Ogonnelloe 1 goal and 6. Feakle Killanena 7 points. Sean Tracy with the quick puck out. I would imagine Shamey's going to be caught by Oisin O'Connor. O'Connor taking on the Scariff Ogonnelloe defence. Maybe overplayed it on that occasion. Blocked by Aaron Collins. And he's cleared by Sean Hartigan. Gives it absolutely everything. Down the middle to O'Connor. O'Connor is pulled to the ground. And Killanena with the free in. How will Owen McGann? Is he making his way on? Because we're in the dying moments here of this first half. Ronan O'Connor, is he going to leave this free? Or is Owen McGann going to come to take it? Ronan puts the ball into the corner. Is it out to Ronan? Ronan will be expecting the same. He's been Ronan Bowes. 3 Scariff Ogonnelloe in for company. We're in the last moment here. This could be the last play of the first half. It comes out to Metro Crotty for Scariff Ogonnelloe, making hay up along this. That's great midfield play. Brilliant ball from Crotty into space. And he incurred the wrath of Finn Minogue there, and I would record that Finn will incur the wrath of the referee. Owen O'Leary, marauding run from Crotty down the sideline in front of the stand here. Finn, the cornerback, came out maybe a bit fed off from his own geographical location. Maybe found himself a bit lost and dived in. Not malicious, but late tackle, Crotty down, free in for Scariff Ogonnelloe, and I would expect Mikey Sheedy maybe to pop this over the bar. 1 goal and 6 for Scariff Ogonnelloe, 7 points for Feakle Killanena. Carty there on cornerback, Freeman Hogan. Metro looking around to see, he's up and back and running. We'll be half time, so Mikey Sheedy with his 25-metre free. Going taking this free. You were very close to silence, so you can hear the comments here. I don't think, in fairness to young Crotty, there was no dive on that occasion, and the ball goes over the bar, brings it back to a 3-point deficit. 1 goal and 7 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Feakle Killanena 7 points. Owen O'Leary calls to the Leher Road, Erna home, and Chinny on Fagger, Lehom Porrick. Scariff Ogonnelloe, Cool Agashak Culini, Feakle Killanena, Chuck Culini. Coolawan in on the phone pattern now.
Coolawan throw shin on Torra Carta Glahome Leo, because Scariff Ogonnelloe have just dominated that little bit more, got better ball into the forwards as well, and they have a good range of scorers. Lee Harrington, Paul Rogers, Mikey Sheedy and Sean Hartigan have scored and got some good scores. Dolan McGann again was at 5 or 6 frees, and Oisin O'Connor and Padraig Cullen, the other 2 scorers, was only 1 point each. So as an even spread, exactly as I might expect, Leo, but it's calm, there's no wind in the second half, much to talk, but there is a light breeze there. He will be favouring Scariff Ogonnelloe, but it's it's not an influence on the game at all. And look at all to play for in the second half. That goal is the difference, as we said, but you couldn't complain that Scariff Ogonnelloe might have deserved a lead, because they played the slightly more dominant hurling, and some great frees won by Ronan O'Connor and a couple of other players there to get Owen McGann scoring from frees. But look at the game's well alive, all to play for, and we look forward to the second half.
Yeah, and please come back and join us here on Streamsport for our second half from Whitegate of the Berwick Callinan Murphy Solicitors under 21B Hurling final. At half time here is Scariff Ogonnelloe in the ascendancy, 1 goal and 7. Feakle Killanena 7 points. That is a tremendous semi-final. Got 2 points in play. Sean Hartigan, and Sean Hartigan's opens his account from the challenger Scott Cairns. Oisin turns off his right. A shot from O'Connor. O'Connor was hit scoreless that Sunday. Patty flagged it. Portumna, Tommy Larkins in. Mikey drills this one straight and through. Mikey Sheely puts that ball over the bar. Nugent, good pick up from Partick. Nugent had a good semi-final. Gives the ball lovelyly after Paul Rogers, and Paul Rogers straight and through from the stick of Hussein over the top in towards Nugent. The ball breaks to Mikey. Mikey done a stock. Mikey a shot saved inside. Good save by the goalkeeper. Marksman Supreme hit a brilliant game here last McGann shoots, and McGann starts off where he left off last week. Pulls that one towards Harrington, but the ball is brilliant. Is blocked there by Finn Minogue. Lee Harrington, a shot from Harrington, and Harrington puts it over the bar.
Well, but it was a free, so here we go. Chance to narrow the gaps with the minimum.
Yeah, McGann with his 45-metre free. McGann, in fairness, that's brilliant free. Half the field, 5 metres on the sideline to be a great ball. McGann has struck this well. He has struck it absolutely on the money when it comes out. out here come Pádraig O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan shoots off his left. O'Callaghan puts Feakle Killanena into the lead. Paul Rogers and Conor McGann. Here comes Rogers, shot. Great save by Pecky Daly. Pecky Daly, and it goes in.
That was great defending. Pecky O'Donnell the other in a brilliant save, but the Feakle Killanena for backs were missing in action for Mikey Sheedy's tap in.
Yeah, is he going to shoot from the sideline? Paul, is it going to come inside? It does come inside. Over the knock on that freak from Liam Crotty. Ron O'Connor loses it for once. He's flicked away by Metro Crotty. Metro Crotty to Harrington, and Harrington is like it. 20 metres in from the far side, again strikes it, gives it up into the air, and the umpire has gone for the very close to the sideline, so you can hear the comments here. I don't think, in fairness to young Crotty, there was no dive on that occasion, and the ball goes over the bar, brings it back. And you're all very welcome back here to Whitegate GA Club here for the second half of the Berwick Callinan Murphy under 21B county hurling final between near neighbours Scariff Ogonnelloe and Feakle Killanena, and Scariff Ogonnelloe in the ascendancy at the first half here. Scariff Ogonnelloe 1 goal and 7. Killanena 1 goal and 7. Or Feakle Killanena 7 points. And Paddy O'Connor making up his way up to the goals. Here's the short run from the dressing room to the goals at the road end. Then the breeze has kind of switched around a bit. He's kind of maybe in favour of Feakle Killanena for the second half. No changes accruing. Shamey O'Donnell looks to be going into the full forward line. For Feakle Killanena, Ronan Keane taking up position at wing forward. So we expect a real lively second half, Pat, as Ogonnelloe throws in the ball here in the middle here, and the ball is with Tyke Minogue. There's a battle, a ferocious battle. Who's going to win the first ball? And it is the midfielder. It is Matthew Crotty, who won the free just before half time. Push the ball down into Rogers. Rogers goes to the clouds. Here he gets away from the challenge of Conor McGann. McGann 6 and Paul shoots. Does it come inside? He went out. He went out to the left, and once again the umpires. Their judgment being called into question. It
deflected indoors anyway of something. Post.
Feakle O'Brien, the linesman, was much closer than he was. He said it was wide. We'll go with that. The puck out, caught out by O'Grady. O'Grady has had a good game. Pushed the ball into Harrington, who's had a very good game. But unfortunately, this doesn't come up. It's picked up by Owen Daly. And there was no clear separation from Owen Daly on that occasion, and a chance for Scariff Ogonnelloe to get the first half. It's one of these rules, Pat. You have to make it quite clear. And again, in fairness to O'Leary, he was right on the spot.
Well, look at it, it annoys me because it's very, very easy to pull back your hand 2 or 3 inches to hand pass the ball. It doesn't slow you down 1/10 of a second. No, look at Owen Daly. No fault to him. It's just a general comment in general about these passes. Just to make it. Give the goalie or give the ref no decision. Let him see the clearance and bang that ball with your hand. The strike in action. But anyway, free in. So
Mikey Sheedy with his 50-metre free for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Can he get the first score of the second half? And Mikey, no decision to be made with anyone there. Only up the white flag. 1 goal and 8 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. 7 points for Feakle Killanena. A good start to the second half. And a puck amok was in Coolgwara, Pádraig O'Donnell. And he goes direct out into the middle of the field. Up goes Henry Maloney. Blocks, Vince goes one-handed. But the ball comes to the hard working O'Grady. O'Grady puts that ball out here for Matthew Crotty. Crotty meets Ronan O'Connor, who gives it to Finn Minogue. Finn Minogue tight to the sideline, trying to get away. And Finn does well. Ball is flicked up. I thought it came off the hurley of Scariff Ogonnelloe, but the linesman over there, very tight, said it came off the hand of Finn Minogue. Playing well at cornerback. Rossa Keehan. Rossa quieter today compared to the semi-final, but there's no great space. Cuts the ball back towards his own goals, back to Liam Crotty. Or to Scott Cairns. Scott puts the ball out into space, looking for Paul Rogers. Paul Rogers and Conor McGann. McGann is a good cornerback. And Paul Rogers set him up there. And a free out. And I tell you, Pádraig Nugent, Paul Rogers set up
Paul invited him.
He set him up, and I tell you one thing, he was lucky to get away there, only for that Pádraig Nugent had pushed the full back, so Pádraig O'Callaghan. So a free out for Feakle Killanena. Lucky one there, Pat.
You were right there, Leo. Paul invited him to go across his own goal. You just let him at it, and at the last second got the hurley into the half block. Could have been dangerous only for the free out.
That puck out from that free from Ronan O'Connor comes down towards Ronan Keane, but he's back there. Crotty, gets the ball out to Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan taking the steps. There's a clear separation. Gets the ball out to Keehan. Keehan has the support coming. Keehan, and that ball, I think a right decision. He was gone to ground because I know the hurley came over the top, but Rossa had maybe carried it a small bit too far. Will they give this free to Owen McGann? Carl Wilche, he's coming out. Everywhere he goes now, Tyke Minogue is after him. And Ronan O'Connor going to take it. I'm surprised with McGann out from the goals. They're taking the free, but he puts the ball in towards Shamey O'Donnell. Shamey gets out in front of Aaron Collins. Shamey, good touch from Shamey O'Donnell. Gives it to Sean Walsh, who came at pace. And that ball, not is it gone over the sideline? Yeah, out over the sideline. Line ball for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Sean Walsh came at pace. Couldn't keep that ball in play. And Pat, surprising that Scariff Ogonnelloe or Feakle Killanena took that free, especially with their main score taker well away from the action.
Yeah, no, it was well inside his own half, and we know Ronan can hit him, but I mean, Owen was 20 yards away, and there was no great trouble on him to come out. Great catch from Aaron Maloney.
Great catch from Aaron Maloney, back out to Oisin O'Connor. Oisin gives it back to Ronan. Ronan goes for power, but not direction. It goes out to the left-hand side and gone wide. And Aaron Maloney, we were talking about the free given again Owen Daly a number of moments ago. there was very little, there wasn't much more yardage into separation on that occasion.
They had been warned, Leo.
Yeah, 1-8 for Scariff Ogonnelloe, 7 points for Killanena. Sean Tracy, a lovely puck out from Tracy, out to Matthew. Matthew gets it up in the second attempt, cuts across, covers the ground, lovely hand pass out to Tig Minogue. Economy of effort from Minogue. Nugent, this man's touch is like Yannick Sinner in the tennis, but the ball comes out here to O'Connor. Ronan gives the hand pass out to Aaron Maloney. Maloney has the company of a good few Feakle men, or Scariff Ogonnelloe men, but he gets it back to Pádraig O'Callaghan. He's blocked down on this occasion by Mikey Sheely, but in comes O'Connor. O'Connor breaks out, gives it out to Packy with a short flick. Packy gives it out to Henry Maloney. Maloney doesn't stand on ceremony. The ball down to Bose. Bose, a lovely touch from Bose. Bose, here he gets away from the challenge of Aaron Collins. And McCall came back. O'Grady for Scariff Ogonnelloe. O'Grady playing well. Meets Owen McGann. Meets Packy Daly. Not two men you'd want to meet anywhere in the dark corner, but the ball is it. Or anywhere on the field, and the ball goes to ground. Free are going to be thrown in by Owen O'Leary. Once again, Owen consistent, not any ruck develop. Packy trying to kick it out there. And the ball comes to Sean Walsh. Walsh working hard. Maloney goes to ground, tries to pick up the ball. And he's been dragged to the ground by Colin O'Grady. And Scariff Ogonnelloe managed, and I'm not happy over there. But I do think Colin did just happen to catch Henry Maloney on the shoulder as he was going to get up.
It was one of the easier frees, but Scariff or Feakle Killanena would take it. That 4-point gap is a bit daunting. If they had got the first point after half time back to 2, you had a massive game, but the 4 points is daunting. This is a tricky free there for Owen. Yeah,
for 50-metre free, 5 metres in from the sideline. Again, is it coming inside? It is coming inside, and you have to be behind the goals. I know that some of the supporters are looking, because I think is it Sean Tracy thought it has gone wide, but you have to be behind the goals. I think is it Niall Hayes is up there. Niall is the good judge of it. 1 goal and 8 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Feakle Killanena 8 points. We could do it Hawker here and like it.
I think Scariff Ogonnelloe people who reckon there's fairies down in that goal, because there's a lot of strange things happening in terms of points in and points out. I thought that had tailed off, but it was given.
That puck out came from Tracy, out to Scott Kern. Scott drove that ball. It comes out. Mikey Sheedy meets Sean Walsh. Walsh is a young combative player. Sheedy goes to ground. He gets the hand pass out to Metcho Crotty, running across the pitch, being chased by Ronan O'Connor. Lovely ball into space for Tig Minogue. Tig from the roadside. Tig shoots off his left. Tig shoots to the left or to the right and gone wide. The score remains Scariff Ogonnelloe 1 goal and 8. Feakle Killanena 8 points, and a puck out coming from Pádraig O'Donnell. The dark clouds going across the lake, across the crag, hitting on towards Portumna. May they stay going in that direction. The sun is shining here and get the ball. The ball out to Sean Tracy. From the puck out on the top of Sean Hartigan. The ball goes out over the line. A line ball seems to come off the hand of Ronan Keane. Pat, if Feakle Killanena are going to be successful here, they're going to have to find a way of getting Ronan Keane into this game.
Well, we said that at half time, and we have to repeat it again. I mean, a player of his ability just isn't mobile, and he just can't run because he's afraid to pull that hamstring again. I'm sure it is on 10 rooks already, but if he can get the ball in his hand at all, then you expect things to happen. One other thing, our Packy, I'd say instructions, every ball for out is long, 50-50 at best, maybe less, whereas Tracy has pinned a few lovely 30, 40, 50 yard puck outs to his men, and they're in position straight away, very accurate puck outs, and Feakle Killanena going long. It must be that they haven't confidence in the backs to carry it out.
Yeah, that line ball from Jack Ryan number of seconds ago went directly out over the sideline. Line ball 65 metres out from the Scariff Ogonnelloe goal. Owen McGann, we'd like to see him closer to the goals. There's no one in near the goals. Sean Tracy has 20 yards between himself and the man. Shamey O'Donnell cuts down that ground. The ball comes down the corner towards Packy Daly. That's a good ball from Packy trying to make his way in along the in line. Here comes Packy. He's making his way in. Can he get a shot? And he's going to come off the stick of Packy Daly out over the in line and gone to the left and gone wide. There was very little support accruing for Packy as he came through. Sean Tracy taking his time to puck out the ball here. 8.5 minutes gone here in the second half here on Stream Sport GA live from Get the Ball. PJ Delaney giving out the instructions out there, and that ball, great ball, comes off the stick, brilliantly blocked down by Pádraig O'Callaghan. That was gone into the law of Colin O'Grady, who having a good game here for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Colin, of course, would be extra buoyed up by all his grandfather and his uncle and his father and Feakle men. The ball down from from that line ball from Tyke Minogue down into the hands of Ard Maloney. Ard Maloney trying to get up close to the sideline. Right here, 45 metres out from the Feakle Killanena goal. Ball in and on, again, not letting play develop, and a few players beginning to get, as you know, to get to know one another once again. Warm in the hands here at the start of the second half. 10 minutes gone in the second half here in this Berwick Callinan Murphy Solicitors under 21B final. 1-8 for Scariff Ogonnelloe, 8 points for Feakle Killanena. The ball comes back towards Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan trying to make way, being held up there by Owen McGann. And in fairness, Henry Maloney came in there, and in fairness, you cannot fault the effort of both teams has been absolutely exemplary. Well, Packy Daly going to take this free, and Packy, you're not going to take it with 3 or 4 Scariff Ogonnelloe fellas around, and he.
Leo, I think Feakle Killanena can take the half-back line of Ronan O'Connor, Aaron Maloney and Pádraig O'Callaghan are standing up really well to pressure, and they're keeping a lot of the danger out, but from their own full back line, protecting them well. And
here's his free, 65 metres from his own goals. McGann strikes it towards the crag. He's going to come inside. Shamey is swinging, but the ball goes out over the head of Shamey and Aaron Collins out to the right-hand side and gone wide. It's a big ass, you know, in fairness to McGann, he has a massive puck, big ass to get it from there, given the conditions that are there today. You have to force it with that heavy sliotar. Sean Tracy with the puck amok. The Scariff Ogonnelloe favours this side of the field. Gone down towards Pádraig O'Callaghan and Colin O'Grady, and the ball dropped over the head of Ard Maloney to Mikey Sheely. Mikey gives it to Tyke. Tyke, a economy of effort for Tyke Minogue. Tyke Minogue, where his father Brian hurled for many years, as his grandfather Tommy did for Gattabon, and Brian put many a score over here for Wycott, as Tyke does for Scariff Ogonnelloe. 1-9 for Scariff Ogonnelloe, 8 points for Feakle Killanena. Packy O'Donnell goes long over towards the far side of the field, looking for Ronan Keane and Packy Daly. Ronan puts up the hand, doesn't come down with it. Ball breaks down to Packy Daly. Keane has it on this occasion. Now this is where you want Ronan Keane on a run. Puts the ball into space. Bowes, the smallest man, and in that full forward, in that backline, and Bowes has the ball. What a ball. Gets the ball out to Scott Kearns. Kearns and Oisin O'Connor. Kearns fouled by Oisin O'Connor on this occasion. I tell you, Kearns, he's some man to have guard in the square, Pat.
No doubt about it, Leo. But I mean, that Scariff full back line is very tight. They're giving no inch at all to legs. Now Ronan Bowes needs top of the ground, and today conditions are as good as you could expect. But if he doesn't get first touch up into the hand and clear, you know, he hasn't a hope once it goes to ground a second time, and that's kind of what's happening there.
Sean Tracy, 21 metres out from his own goal, 10 metres in from the sideline on the far side, the roadside, drives it up, gets a good delivery down towards Pádraig O'Callaghan. O'Grady, O'Connor puts up his hand, doesn't come down with it. It comes to Rasa Keehan. Rasa Keehan, Igdol Goody and Cool. Rasa gets the challenge from Ronan O'Connor, gives it to Harrington. Harrington shoots from the corner flag. That's the score of the day. Ronan from Lee Harrington. I tell you one thing, we might have known an awful lot about him. We know an awful lot more about him today, Pat. That's 3 points in play for Harrington, justifying his selection. Scariff Ogonnelloe 1 and goal and 10. Feakle Killanena 8 points. And I would imagine there's a sub coming on for Scariff Ogonnelloe, and now we're going to see Ben Sweeney. What a sub, you know what I mean, who has been unfortunately down with injuries. Is he going to come on for Scariff? Rory Ryan, you know, that's the strength of the Scariff Ogonnelloe panel. They're hitting for road here, 18 minutes gone. 1-10 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Feakle Killanena 8 points, and Ben Sweeney, Ig Dullamock, Aaron Park, Aaron Almshin, and it looks like Colin O'Grady, and in fairness to O'Grady, he worked his socks off for the 2 minutes. He was on the field, but what a substitution to be able to bring in a great and have a card like that up your sleeve, Pat.
Absolutely. Ben Sweeney has been a super underage hurler for years and years, and I know injury has bothered him an awful lot, and they spared him for this, but what a time to bring a man like that in with pace and out fresh as well, and accuracy to burn as well. So you know, this is just another issue for Feakle Killanena to deal with, and the margin of 5 points looks tougher and tougher as we go on.
And that ball is in, lovely ball in there from Packy Daly into McGann. McGann is taken by Scott Kearns, and the one thing is, anytime McGann moves or 2 or 3 Scariff Ogonnelloe players after, they're not giving him the space. They know he's the main threat up there. 114 out of 116 in the semi-final win over Tulla last Sunday.
But Leo, we'll be wondering, you know, we said it at half time, they're off air, I think, maybe on air as well, why they haven't Ronan Keane inside on the edge of the square and just lobbing a few high balls. He has the height, he has the good hand, he's not as mobile as you'd like him to be, and I mean, you know, 2 balls in, if he scores one of them, the teams there's only a point in the game if this 3 goes over. So I'm surprised he's in the half line, but maybe he'll explode from there yet.
And McGann makes no No mistake with that free. 14 minutes gone in the second half. Back to 4 points. Scariff Ogonnelloe 110. Feakle Killanena 9 points. And when Ben came on, Ben brought the rain as well. And here comes Sean Tracy with the puck out. Favours this side of the field over towards Paul Rogers. O'Connor puts up the hand and comes down with it. Having a marvellous match at the heart of the Feakle Killanena field. And he's pulled. And I would imagine there'd be no word of crowing, is there? No. Ronan O'Connor, Cowell home again at our machine. Owen isn't coming out. He's leaving this to Ronan. Ronan is going to put the ball into space for McGann. McGann and Scott Kearns. And that ball is tied to the sideline. McGann trying to fight Kearns. Kearns is on the knees. Kearns is a combative player, and he gets that ball away from the break of McGann. Pat, in conditions like this, I'm just, it's a hard job to get the ball in from the corner flag. Why not hit the ball more direct down on the canoe?
Yeah, and again, with a player, Ronan Keane was standing 35 yards up from where the free was taking the ball, but never going to go his way. I'm just surprised they haven't at least put him under the dropping ball, even if he's not full forward, but I mean under the freeze at least. A surprising decision there. He was going to play no role in that ball, and in fairness to Kearns is having an outstanding game full-back in fairness.
Yeah, he's a top-class full-back, there's no doubt about that, with plenty of senior experience. Sean Tracy, his mother from Ogonnelloe, from a good hurling family as well. So, and Malcolm, everyone knows Malcolm. And the ball out from Tracy goes up towards the far side, blocked there by Ronan O'Connor. Ronan is all over the place. Oh, this man is going to be able to stay going. And, he's cutting out a lot of fires. Free line ball for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Going to be taken in the pass by Keehan. Keehan gets a good ball across. Crotty has gone into space. He has it in the hand. Here's Matthew Crotty trying to take it on the tackle of Henry Maloney. Fouled by Henry Maloney. Henry protests his innocence getting up in the morning, let's say. But it's a free in. Crotty gone to ground again. Brought to ground by Henry Maloney. Free in for Scariff Ogonnelloe. And Scariff Ogonnelloe beginning to make inroads, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. What, 4 point margin. It's going to go to 5 now. You can, and that's not putting a hex on Mikey. Mikey will put this over, but yeah, look at 5 points. It still bring Bill back, but as Ray said at half time, you definitely need 1 goal now, and funny people will need 2 goals, but there's no sign of those goals coming because the full back line inside for Scariff Ogonnelloe, first of all, the ball in isn't great, and secondly, the full back line inside is very, very tight and very, very dominant. So it's hard to see how Feakle Killanena can get that goal, and we're not scoring points really easy. So you'd have to say it'll be 1-11-9 now after this. So I think it looks like there's going to be 1 outcome.
Yeah, and here comes Sheedy. 16.5 minutes gone. Sheedy, as handy a free as you get in any game, makes it 1 goal and 11 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Feakle Killanena 9 points. I think Packy Daly might have got a little Focal Istocks Clues Austin Ray Tour. That's a good puck out to Packy Daly, being held up by Paul Rogers, and the ball goes in. And who's sitting back? Olivier Crotty. Crotty gets a clear separation. He gets that ball out to Keehan. Keehan puts the ball down where it's going to be the fullback. Owen Daly gets out in front of Harrington on this occasion. He's been pulled back, and he might have got caught the last time. He wasn't getting caught this time. It was as clear a separation you get. He gets the ball out to the brother. The brother is Packy. Packy has gone 60 yards up the field. Put the ball into space. Can Bowes get touching it? Goes one hand. He has it. Can he get up at the second attempt? He's been chased. The ball comes out to McGann. McGann is brought to ground. I think in fairness to Farrell Owen O'Leary on that occasion, there was a coming together between Cathal McCall and McGann. McGann went to ground. McGann went to ground, and the free not coming his way on that occasion. And here comes Rory Ryan, a player that's not going to weaken this Scariff Ogonnelloe forward line by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, Ig Faka on Parker and Owen. Is it Patrick Nugent? And Patrick, who has more than played his part. Well, yeah. Patrick Nugent had a very, very good first half. Ryan is a good corner forward. A free going to be taken by Sean Tracy. 13 minutes, 12 minutes gone, plus left, plus at a time here. 1-11. Scariff Ogonnelloe, 9 points for Feakle Killanena. And Patrick Nugent making his way off, taking his time to come off. Patrick is a man, he doesn't do panic, there's no doubt about that. Gets a good round of applause from the Scariff Ogonnelloe following here on Sean Tracy. Like any goalkeeper, trying to buy a few yards there. Feakle O'Brien, he buy a few yards. He bought about 20, I'd say, and Tracy having to make his way back, making his way back. A wink and eye, Patrick Nugent, a happy Patrick Nugent gone off there. It isn't over yet, Patrick. Here comes Sean Tracy, push this ball up into the air, down on the fair hand. Aaron Maloney goes up with the hand, doesn't come down with it. But here's a man who has been brought out more balls today then you'll get in a training session. The ball out to the wing forward is Sean Walsh. Sean Walsh loses it to Rasa Keehan. Keehan goes into traffic, gives it back to Sheedy. Sheedy shoots off the tradition right hand side from Sheedy, and Sheedy puts 6 points in on the corner. Scariff Ogonnelloe beginning to take control. Mikey Sheedy, you only can give him a sniff of a chance, he'll take it.
Yeah, it really is about the ability, and Scariff are going to have it in space. They have a spread of forward scoring and a spread of forwards who can shoot and who can shoot in tight corners as well. And Feakle Killanena find first of all finding it hard to win the ball in the middle third still, but as well as that, the supply into the forwards simply isn't good enough to open up any defence at the moment. But that's no blame to anyone. It is where it is. That's the players they have. They got to the final on merit, and they'll still fight to the very end. And let's see, can they do something now?
Yeah, great ball from Henry Maloney. Henry gives it out to Oisin O'Connor. Bowes, Bet McGann has it down. Can he get it at the second attempt? I thought he was being pulled back there by Cairns, but Cairns comes out. He's having a match of his life at full back. Down to Harrington. Another man who's it. The ball comes to Keehan. Out to Rory Ryan, and Rory Ryan signals his introduction with a wide as that ball goes out to the left hand side and gone wide. Scariff Ogonnelloe missed a good few chances in the first half. And is there a player down? It looks like, is it Liam Crotty or Scott Kearns? It's Liam Crotty who's down, and Scariff Ogonnelloe won't want him down. He's been Dr. Tyke Minogue has taken over the medical department there for Scariff Ogonnelloe at the moment, but now the qualifications of a higher level are in as the physio is in, and I explaining to Owen O'Leary what's wrong with Liam Crotty.
Nothing, I think.
I'd say it was of the lesser variety, Pat.
Very little. Either Dr. Tyke has a way with words to banish all injuries, or maybe Liam just wanted a little short break.
Yeah, 1-12 for Scariff Ogonnelloe and 9 points for Feakle Killanena. We have 9 minutes left, plus whatever at a time is on the door of the referee, Owen O'Leary. That ball comes out. It's picked by O'Connor. O'Connor is now gone up into the forwards. Ronan Keane gone back into, maybe people would say he's probably his best position. It's at the heart of the Feakle Killanena defence. O'Callaghan does well. Gets the ball out to Henry Maloney. Economy of Maloney gives it out to McGann. Good touch from McGann. And here he goes. He has a lot of ground to make up there. He's being chased by Jack Ryan. McGann is a jolly stop. Here comes McGann. He's been pulled back. McGann has been fouled and dragged to the ground. But in fairness, it's a penalty for Feakle Killanena. But in fairness to McGann, that's great leadership from a player. He's still underage for this age next year.
Did it all on his own, Leo. He had to win the ball first of all with a beautiful touch, lost it, won the second ball, and he was fouled outside the area. And I think thanks from Feakle Killanena due to Owen O'Leary, he waited until he got inside to the penalty area. It could have been given outside, but it is inside. And a chance, if you can bury this, 6-point margin back to 3 would be a really huge boost. I presume Owen McGann will be the taker if he recovers, but he's taken a few wallops there for his trouble, and he would deserve this goal if he can get it.
Yeah, he took a penalty here last Sunday in the semi-final against Tulla. Maybe didn't strike it as well as he normally does, but it made his way into the net. It was a vital score as they got over Tulla, the challenger Tulla, by 2 points. There's a big penalty coming now. It's a big pivotal moment in this under-21B final. It will be I would imagine it will be Owen McGann that will be the man to take it. Again, Sean Tracy. It's 1 goal and 12 for Scariff Ogonnelloe, 9 points for Feakle Killanena, 8 minutes plus at a time left here. And here in this under-21B final, once again, we thank Total Health Pharmacy for their sponsorship. And here's McGann putting the helmet back on. Whatever about the helmet, he'll be looking for a clear strike, and again, Pat, this time of the year, penalties ain't easy because the ball is heavy, and you have to concentrate on the pick-up as well because anything can go wrong. And this matchup, Crotty, Scariff have changed the goalkeeper for the penalty. So there's a lot of mind games. Crotty, who was the minor goalkeeper for Clare a couple of years ago. So this is a real big moment. Crotty got into the goals. Not a thing, but I would imagine he's probably maybe trying to get inside the head of Owen McGann.
Very possibly true, but I suppose then again, if you figure that he is the best goalie you have, you put him in there. Sean Tracy has done everything right so far, but I suppose you do what you do to win the game, Leo, if you can. One McGann ready to go.
It's McGann versus Crotty. Here comes McGann, strikes it, and McGann makes no mistake. And I tell you, he lets them all know about it. Came in, we got down, it came off the Hurling, off Crotty, into the line. Scariff Ogonnelloe, 1 goal and 12. Feakle Killanena, 1 goal and 9. Game on here and get the ball. Now 3 points on Diffreak in the corner. August Shea Colini left Parker to Clare Shaw. Sean Tracy. Sean drives this one. Is he going to keep it in play? Towards Rogers. Rogers gets it into the hand. Gets away from this challenge of Adam Maloney. He's fouled by Ronan Keane and Conor McGann. Chance for Feakle Killanena or for Scariff Ogonnelloe to put Kevin Colini either on the phone and put that bit of difference, but the mind games didn't work. In fairness to him again, he billowed it low into the net. 112 to 19, but a big free coming from Mikey Sheedy now as Scariff Ogonnelloe go to make an immediate reply.
The key to burying goals in the onion sack, Leo, is keep them low daisies. Of course, if you had daisies, no daisies now. The other thing you would say there is, just like Owen McGann at one end, when you wanted a leader there, Paul Rogers, there was Scariff Ogonnelloe needed to get the recover from that goal. Paul Rogers won a hard ball, won the free, and now a chance to make the 4 points again.
Yeah, here comes Mikey. 35 metres out, 20 metres in from the sideline in front of the stand, strikes it, and does it come inside? It does come inside, just about. Mikey, he measured it to absolute perfection. Here comes Packie O'Donnell, 113 to 19. We're live here in Scene Sport from Get the Ball. We're in the Dymome. Good puck out from Packie. Maloney has to catch it, doesn't catch it, gives it out to Shamey. Shamey doesn't come up with it. It goes out to Sean Hartigan. Sean making his way up in front of the crowd here, but Maloney a good wing back. Ronan Keane, now there's Keane in action, but he's only gone down the top of the centre back. Crotty loses it. O'Connor gets out, flicks that ball away to Tyke Minogue. Tyke Minogue being chased by Owen McGann, robbed by Owen McGann. McGann, can he get it into the hand? O'Connor is out there. And McGann goes to ground, and I think there would be maybe either a card, a Cartabui coming Austin Polka, Owen O'Leary. I'm not too sure who was it. I think maybe was it Ben Sweeney could be the instigator. It's not. We're blaming Ben in the wrong. It looks like, is it Aaron Collins? Aaron Collins is the man gone down. So he's the man. He's the man gone into the lower. We'll see. It's a free in for Owen McGann. Every score, every puck is vital. Coming on for Scariff Ogonnelloe, it's Matthew Canaan. Matthew Canaan coming on for Scariff Ogonnelloe. And I thought the Scariff Ogonnelloe management were coming on there as well. There was 3 or 4, just like the Irish front row coming in, just like the squad that South Africans bring in there. But here's a free for Owen McGann, a vital one. 68 metres from the Scariff Ogonnelloe goal. He's been striking them well all day. And does he disappoint on this occasion? He does not. Brings it back to one score game again. 113 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. 1 goal and 10 for Feakle Killanena. 4 minutes plus at a time. A lot to play for now, Pat.
We might have to work longer than we expected, Leo. Scariff Ogonnelloe won't be as relaxed now, I don't think, as they were with the 6-point margin. 3 points is not that little bit jittery because it's bringing back people. However, they're in the attack.
Great puck out from Sean Tracy, out to Hartigan, to Jack Ryan. Maloney, this man can play anywhere, the Killanena man. McGann on his daily, and here comes Mikey Sheedy. Mikey trying to get it up for Scariff Ogonnelloe, but the ball is in over the top to Packie O'Donnell from that shot from Jack Ryan. Here comes Packie. Packie advances and drives it 90 yards down towards the smallest man in the forward line. He's blocked away by Cathal McCall. Matthew Crotty, lovely nonchalant ball from Crotty up to Rogers. Rogers being tracked by Henry Maloney. Rogers pushed the ball down into the corner, looking for Rory Ryan and Finn Minogue, and Paul's shot is overhit, goes out to the left and gone wide. 3 minutes plus at a time. Packie O'Donnell. Packie still coolness personified, having had a very good game in the goal for Feakle Killanena. Here comes Packie, looking to where's he going to go. Oisin O'Connor, he will go down towards Ronan O'Connor. He doesn't, he makes a liar out of us and goes towards Sean Walsh. Walsh puts up the hand. Sean Walsh gets away from the challenger Canaan. Doesn't come up first time, comes up for Tyke Minogue. Minogue clears that ball over the far side of the field, looking for Harrington and Owen Daly. Harrington has had a very good game, flicks that ball away from Owen Daly, comes back to Aaron Maloney. Aaron going in the wrong direction from the Killanena point of view. He's fouled. Now, God will Ronan Keane, because this should be going down around the 21 metre line. 1 goal and 13 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Feakle, 1 goal and 10. Ronan Keane normally has a good belt to the ball. Paul Rogers coming out to get instructions. And Ronan puts the ball down into the corner, down towards Ronan Bowes. They're going to try and work it in. It's Bowes, gets out ahead of Cathal McCall. Tries to take on McCall. Not an easy thing to do. Goes to ground, gives the ball to Packie. Packie is bursting through. Here comes Packie. Blocked down there. The ball comes to Oisin O'Connor. Shamey O'Donnell trying to pick it up. Gone down one hand, trying to get up. Gets the ball back out to Ronan. Ronan has it. Ronan has a lot to do. Coming across. A shot from Ronan O'Connor, but it goes out to the left and gone wide. The score remains 113 to 1 goal and 10 in favour of Scariff Ogonnelloe. Sean Tracy in no particular hurry. Henry Maloney and Paul Rogers will both, I think, he's going to yellow card for the two players, getting on one another quite well there. Maloney following Rogers. Sean Tracy with the puck out. Paul Rogers with the puck out, or not Paul Rogers, Sean Tracy with the puck out. Paul is looking for it. Sean Tracy decides different, goes down towards Ben Sweeney. Maloney puts up the hurley, but the ball comes down to Sweeney. Sweeney can put 4 points between the teams. Sweeney shoots off his left. Sweeney shoots to the right and wide. We're in the dying moments here. 1 minute of normal time left.
Time to go short.
4 minutes left, signalled by Feakle O'Brien, and Pecky hits the puck out, brilliantly blocked out from Paul out to Paul Rogers, blocked, and the ball comes back. Ronan Keane, Rogers trying to kick the ball out towards the side. What a pick up from Rogers. He's gone right to the sideline, line ball. And I'll tell you one thing, the players, they might have been getting to one another at the beginning. Paul Rogers gone down, took a hefty challenge there from a number of players. Tyke Minogue in, the backup is in. Rogers is like a sponge ball. He's up again.
You're talking about front rows 5 minutes ago, Leo. There was the front row there of the Killanena Feakle half-back line, and they just shoved Paul out over the sideline. I think in a different kind of a game, that might have been, he might have got a free for it. But look, it was brilliant defending. They had only one thing in their mind, but they were over the line. Game still alive.
Yeah, and I think the Scariff manager might have encountered that to Ogonnelloe as well. There was a call to be Brendish. And Packy Daly trying to take the line ball. Paul Rogers not letting him take it. PJ Delaney coming out to bring a bit of calm to proceedings. Packy cuts it across into space. Where he's going to come? Is it to Jack Ryan? Jack Ryan gives it out to Sweeney. Here comes Sweeney. Oh, Sweeney could have been pulled for overcarrying. Push the ball into space towards Harrington. Harrington goes to ground. Ball comes out. Right, Lee Harrington and Maloney. In fairness to Maloney, he's had an absolute blinder. That half-back line has been sublime. The ball, Keane has to go direct. Puts the ball down into the corner. McGann and Kent. Here comes McGann. Tries to get the ball. Shamey O'Donnell. Chop on the hurley of Shamey O'Donnell. I tell you, it's all action in Gathabon. 1 minute of the 4 allotted by Ogonnelloe is given, or 5 we're being told now, so 4 minutes left here. McGann, will he put this one over the bar and bring it back to a 2-point deficit?
Yeah.
Pat, at this time of the year, you know, the under-21 final normally brings us the best games. They haven't disappointed us today.
No, the intensity is superbly, and the skills that have been shown under enormous pressure are just, admirable. Fantastic game, and fair play at Feakle Killanena. Look dead and buried. They're fighting hard, and they really are back in the game. This makes 2 points and 2 points. And we know what to say about a 2-point lead.
Again, 2 points, a dangerous lead in any language. 113 to 111. But I tell you, in the conditions like this, a great lead to have. Sean Daly digging the bag like he's digging for potatoes down there, taking a while, gets the ball out of the bag. 113 to 111 here on Streamsport here, live from Gathabon in Whitegate. Here comes Sean Tracy coming towards the stand side. I tell you, he's playing for touch. Is it going to stay? Paul Rogers puts up the hurley, doesn't come down, flicks the ball away to Mikey Sheedy, back to Paul. Paul flicks it. That's the marvellous score. What a score. Pat, you just can't keep a good man down. Flick that ball away from Ronan Keane, and from right on the sideline, put it over the bar. 114 to 111. Packy O'Donnell with the puck out, Pat.
Total class from Paul Rogers. He's already picked up 2 unbelievable pickups here. They didn't lead the scores a bit in front of 2 in the last 5 minutes, but that score was international class.
International class. I know we play hurling and football all over the world on these occasions. Amsterdam come well, Barcelona had been going. Sean Walsh, is he going to go through? But Sean Walsh puts it to the left and wide, and inexperience from the young man. What a ball he feels. Feakle Killanena need to take on that defence. 114 to 111. We've 2.5 minutes left here in Gathabon. And by the time Sean Tracy pucks it out, it will be 2. Sean pucks it out, down towards Rogers and Mikey. Ronan Keane sitting back in the pocket. Maloney puts up the hand, doesn't come down with it. Mikey comes down with it, gets it to Tyke Minogue. Tyke Minogue swings at one hand on Oisin O'Connor. Now it's make or break. And Ronan O'Connor is gone in on the edge of the square. And Ronan Keane will be trying to find that ball. Ben Sweeney in, Paul Rogers in, Tyke Minogue in. Ronan Keane, there's only one player assistant is going, Pat. Right on the square.
Edge of the Carnog.
We're in the dying moments of the Berwick Callinan Murphy Solicitors under-21B final, and it's going to the last. Keane, that's a lovely ball from Keane. Can they keep it? No, they can't keep it. It goes out to the right and gone wide. Is that the final nail in the coffin of Feakle Killanena? 114 to 111. Sean Tracy jogging at the slowest jog as you'd ever see any man doing. Here he comes. He's going to go towards the stand side again. He's playing for touch, is Sean Tracy.
Place.
He's been playing for touch all day. Keeps that ball, and I tell you, he keeps it down. Maloney goes to the clouds. Aaron Maloney, what a second half, a match this man had had. The ball goes back into the pocket where Fionn is won by Fionn Minogue. But here comes Tig Minogue. Tig for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Finn for Feakle Killanena. The ball is 30 metres out. Sweeney goes to ground. Can he get the insurance point? Goes in, but he's robbed by Ronan Bowes. The ball out here to Oisin O'Connor, but it's won again by Aaron Collins. Collins to Sweeney. Sweeney aims it down towards the goals. Packy, and here comes Packy. Packy is soloed. He drives it over the far side of the field. Goes Packy out to Ronan. Ronan on his knees picks the ball. They have to get it in. He gives it to Bowes. Bowes is taking on his men, and that ball, not too sure what's happening on that. It's a free in. Oh, a soft enough free, because I think Ronan Bowes was gone to ground. He was on the knees. It wasn't Sunday mass. It's Sunday here at lunchtime in Gattabon. It's a free. Ronan O'Connor. Where's the posse? They're on the square. Sean Tracy. This is going to be the difference between winning and losing of the 21B final. O'Connor, that's right on the money. That's right on the money. The ball goes in, and who's inside? Only the Matthew Crotty went up, picked that ball. It's picked up by Shamey O'Donnell. Shamey, and a foul hand pass by Shamey O'Donnell. But in fairness to Crotty, he pulled that one out of the crowds. I remember his brother in the 21A final last year in Dr. Daly Park in Tulla. He pulled one out of the clouds at the very end of the 21A final against Feakle, same opposition. Nacho picked it out this time. He was robbed by Shamey O'Donnell, but Shamey's hand pass was of the foreign variety.
Brilliant by Crotty. In fairness, brilliant in the air, but Shamey was on the ground with about 18 lads around him. He was never going to get a free hand pass away there, and the way it went across, I think he could have happened, but foul pass. Sean
Tracy goes to far side to Aaron Maloney. How many times have we mentioned his name for blocking the ball? The ball comes. It's Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan goes to ground.
This is it.
He got the challenge from Owen Daly. I would imagine that maybe this free might be the chance to put the coup de grace on this victory for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Scariff Ogonnelloe 1 goal and 14. Feakle Killanena 1 goal and 11. Wherein this should be the last action. And who's going to have Mikey Sheedy? Mikey, normally a man that moves, that cuts, covers the ground fairly lively. But I tell you one thing, his grandfather Sean Sheedy would cover it quicker than he's covering it at the moment. But here's this free for Mikey, tight to the sideline. I would imagine once this ball goes dead, the 21B final championship cup will be going in the direction of Scariff Ogonnelloe. Mikey Sheedy.
If there was a shot clock, Leo, he'd be down to 1 second now anyway.
5 metres in from the sideline on the roadside. Here comes Mikey O'Sheedy. His goal in the first half, pivotal for the victory. And Mikey puts the coup de grace on the victory. That should be the insurance point for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Owen O'Leary allowed play to go on. 1:15 for Feakle Killanena, or for Scariff Ogonnelloe. 1:11 for, and that puck out from Peck. He goes astray. Goes over to Rossi Keehan. Keehan puts the ball into space. Art Maloney going to go long. Long goes Maloney down towards Ronan O'Connor. But who's back there? Only the man in the scuba door at the moment. Matthew Crotty. And Matthew puts it out over the line. And there goes under 21 final glory into
there's a bit of activity.
To Scariff Ogonnelloe. There's a coming together of players after the game. I think was it one of the Scariff Ogonnelloe players maybe caught Ronan O'Connor. In fairness, the game is over, lads. Leave it go at this stage. Scariff Ogonnelloe, Pat, the deserving winners, 1 goal and 15 at the end of a really entertaining Berwick, Callinan, Murphy Solicitors under 21B hurling final.
Yeah, well, the story of this game is Scariff Ogonnelloe have deserved the victory, Leo, and there's no question about it. Better hurlers, maybe in general around the field, got some better scores, a little bit more class in terms of ball control, striking under pressure, and their movement as well. However, in terms of heart and absolute guts and determination, Feakle Killanena more than matched them and made this a real battle up to the end. The goal for the penalty made it a really exciting finish because, there was always a chance of another goal. We weren't scoring, Feakle Killanena, I suppose it's my own area, weren't scoring points really, so it was always needed another goal. But fairness to the full back line, Aaron Collins, Scott Cairns, Colin McCall, etc. inside there, and indeed Sean Tracy as well. They were simply just too mean a move to give away a second goal. It never happened, and Paul Rogers got a couple of great scores later on there. Lee Harrington, really outstanding as well. Mikey Sheedy from the frees and from play. The goal, of course, a massive score in the first half. And a few other players as well. Sean Hartigan at times, Liam Crotty, of course, and many others had super games. But well deserved. It's gone in the right way in terms of the overall game. But Feakle Killanena can take an awful lot of this game, an awful lot out of it in terms of, never say die, tore into it from the start to the finish. Even when things were going against them, they picked it up again. Ronan O'Connor, massive leader, as was Owen McGann. Aaron Maloney had some great moments in the game as well. So
Packy down and goes.
And Packy, have to give credit Packy, but doing the business very, very well for such an inexperienced guy in there. He was absolutely brilliant and made some great saves. So look at it's a really a good atmosphere here and a really clear day, and fantastic conditions here in Whitegate in terms of the pitch and facilities. A huge crowd, and they got value for money. But the cup is going in the right direction. Scariff Ogonnelloe were the better team. To win by 4 points is about right, I'd say. But credit also, as I said, to Feakle Killanena for making it a massive battle. And so great display from them as well. But there'll be some night tonight in Scariff and Ogonnelloe, and well deserved.
Yeah, indeed, and the men above look down favourably with the I'm sure as well. As we take our first plug here in Getabon. We will get aboard with winning Scariff Ogonnelloe management, and on a scoreline of 1 goal and 15 to Feakle Killanena 1 goal and 11. The spoils here in Getabon for the Berwick Callinan Murphy Solicitors under 21B Hurling final goes in the direction of Scariff Ogonnelloe. That had a tremendous semi-final. They got 2 points in play. Sean Hartigan, and Sean Hartigan's opens his account from the challenger Scott Cairns. Oisin turns off his right. A shot from O'Connor. O'Connor was hit scoreless that Sunday. Pat deflected. Portumna Tommy Larkins in. Mikey drills this one straight and through. Mikey Sheely puts that ball over the bar. Good pick up from Patrick Nugent. Had a good semi-final. Gives the ball lovely after Paul Rogers, and Paul Rogers straight and through from the stick of Hussein over the top in towards Nugent. The ball breaks to Mikey. Mikey done a stock. Mikey a shot saved inside. Good save by the goalkeeper. Marksman Supreme hit a brilliant game here and again shoots, and again starts off where he left off last week. Puts that one towards Harrington, but the ball is brilliant. Is blocked there by Phil Minogue. Lee Harrington, a shot from Harrington, and Harrington puts it over the net.
Well, here we go. That's now the capture.
Yeah, again with his 45-metre free, and again, in fairness, that's brilliant free. Have to be 5 metres from the sideline to be a great ball. Again, has struck this well. He has struck it absolutely on the money when it comes out. Out here comes Pádraig O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan shoots off his left. O'Callaghan puts Feakle Killanena into the Paul Rogers and Conor McGann. Here comes Rogers, shot. Great save by Packy Daly, and it goes in.
That was great defending. Packy O'Donnell the other in, brilliant save, but the Feakle Killanena back down, missing in action for Mikey Sheely's step in.
Yeah, but is he going to shoot from the sideline? Paul, is it going to come inside? It does come inside. Over the back on that free from Liam Crotty. Ron O'Connor loses it for once. He's flicked away by Matthew Crotty. Matthew Crotty to Harrington, and Harrington is like it. And 20 metres in from the far side again. Strikes it, gives it up into the air, and the umpire's gone for the very close to the sideline, so you can hear the comments here. I don't think in fairness to you, Crotty, there was no dive on that occasion, and the ball goes over the bar. For Scariff Ogonnelloe, and he gets the first goal of the second half. And Mikey, no decision to be made with anyone there, only from the white flag. 5 metres in from the sideline. Again, is it coming inside? Is it coming inside? It is coming inside. And you have to be behind it. And the ball popped over the head of Aaron Maloney to Mikey Sheely. Mikey gives it to Tig. Economy of effort for Tig Minogue. Rasta gets the challenge from Ron O'Connor. Gives it to Harrington. Harrington shoots from the corner flag. That's the score of the day.
The game if this 3 goes over, so I'm surprised he's in the half line, but maybe he'll explode from there yet.
And again, makes no.
Looks like it's going to be one outcome.
Yeah, and here comes Sheedy. And you're welcome back here to Whitegate, and I'm delighted to be joined here on the sideline after a really entertaining under-21B hurling final by a jubilant Scariff manager, Martin Hartigan. Martin, who has been a successful player in his own right with his former club of Vultorns and of course with Scariff, turned his hand to management. Martin, congratulations.
Thanks, Leo. Jeez, I'm just glad it's all done. Tough battle. Whoever got on top earlier on the scoreboard was going to probably dictate that game, so thankfully it was us. I'm glad it's over. Big tussle, we always knew it would be, and kind of a repeat of last year's final, if you like, in the 21A. So just delighted to get over the line. I think we just about did it. But delighted with our lads.
Yeah, and I suppose, Martin, looking back in the game, the goal from Mikey Sheedy, you know, gave you that cushion, that 3-point cushion, which you never really relinquished.
Yeah, and once we were able to kind of keep it at 4, and we went back to 2 once or twice, and we got back up to 3 and 4. It was always a bit of a cushion that kind of kept us alive. Thought we probably were giving away too many frees at a lot of times. They have a very good free taker. We knew that he'd punish us if he got opportunity, and he did. Like, I don't know what he got for a finish, but there was never much between the two teams, really, you know.
And Martin, it was hard to the effort out of both teams, as you'd expect from an East Clare derby with 4 clubs, 2 teams, was, you know, from start to finish. It was hell for leather. It was going as hard to finish as it was at the beginning. Yeah,
it was a very tough game, and like, you know, don't underestimate the conditions this time of year. Like, thankfully the day is better than we thought it would be, but it's still very heavy. Like, very tough conditions out there, and I thought the game itself was played in a very good spirit. You know, there's a lot of rivalry there, a lot of tension, but there was no dirty strokes out there. It was all kind of like fair on the ball, good kind of, you know, honest hurling, I would say. And a good weekend for Scariff Ogonnelloe, the 21D team making their reaction to county final in their grade as well. Yeah. So onwards and upwards for Scariff Ogonnelloe. A lot of good players coming through, Martin. Yeah, it was great to be able to get a kind of a second team fielded as well. That keeps lads hurling, gets them plenty of opportunity, things like that, you know. So we're delighted. I mean, we've some of the minors, very good minor team this year. We're able to get them some game at 21s, and in 2 or 3 years' time, they'll be the lads that are out here now, hopefully contesting these battles. Was it hard to separate yourself from the, you know, you had a son playing as well? Yeah. How did you find it on the side? Probably harder on him than anyone else, really, you know. I thought you were marking him down at times, man. Yeah. No, in fairness to him, I'm delighted for him in particular. You know, he was, you know, coming up along, he was flying it. He was always a big part of these teams. As you know, he had a bit of a setback, but to see the way he's come back, he's come roaring back into it, and like, fulfilling the potential that he has. It was absolutely beautiful to see him getting on the scoreboard again today to get us going, you know. So delighted for him, very proud. Yeah, Martin, a proud moment for you as a parent and as a manager, and congratulations on being manager of the winning Scariff Ogonnelloe team that won the Berwick Callinan Murphy under 21B hurling final. Enjoy the celebration, Martin. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Down here, sir. Two captains. Mikey. Mikey. Joint captain, isn't it? Yeah. Record on behalf of the county board. On behalf of the county board, I would like to welcome everybody here to Whitegate, and an excellent under 21B final. 2 teams with a proud tradition: Scariff playing Feakle, I suppose we could say Scariff and Feakle, and Ogonnelloe and Killanena. A great rivalry between Scariff and Feakle gone back a number of years ago, and it was brought out here well today with an excellent game of hurling. I would like to wish both clubs the best of luck in the future, and I would also like to pay tribute to Whitegate for their excellent facilities here today, and also to the referee Owen O'Leary and his excellent handling of the game. And as a middlesman myself, I'm delighted to be here in Whitegate, and it gives me great pleasure now to ask my good friend Joan Crotty, who is on the executive of the county board with me, to present a trophy to the Scariff team, to the Giants captain of the Scariff team. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go put your hand in the cup.
Now, maybe the captains might like to say a few words to us.
I'd like to start off thanking Whitegate for the pitch. It's in great nick for the time of the year. And to our management, I don't think I'll name them all out, there's a good lot of them. But a special thanks to Marie Punch for organising everything in the background, the jerseys and a lot more. Thanks to the ref, O'Leary and Co. And 3 cheers for Feakle Killanena. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. I'll hand you over to Mikey there now.
I'd like to thank the Scariff adult teams, the 3 adult teams and both Ogonnelloe teams, and the management from previous years, Henry Vaughan in particular. I know he was looking for a shout out, Ross Horan, Ronan Curry, all of the above. They were a great help in mixing this team, and I want to wish the second team the best luck in the final next week. You could say that.
That's another thanks there to David Mulrooney as well. Great in the background team, did a lot for us.
No, John.
Thank you.
2 captains come out into the middle. Have 2 rows, man.
I'm going to be boys.
I think it should be good. Yeah.
In any game, makes it to Rossa Keehan. Keehan goes into traffic, gives it back to Sheedy. Sheedy shoots off the tradition, right hand side from Sheedy. And Sheedy, McGann is acknowledged stop. Here comes McGann. He's been pulled back. McGann has been fouled and dragged to the ground. But in fairness, it's McGann versus Crotty. Here comes McGann, strikes it, and McGann makes no mistake. And 35 metres out, 20 metres in from the sideline in front of the stand, strikes it, and does it come inside? It does come inside, just about the Scariff on the goal. He's been striking them well all day, and does he disappoint on this occasion? He does not. Brings it back.
Sitting buried, fighting hard, and they really are back in the game. This makes 2 points and 2 points. We know what to say about a 2-point lead.
McGann, 2 points. The dangerous doesn't come down. Flicks the ball away to Mikey Sheedy. Back to Paul. Paul flicks it. That's the marvellous score. What a score! Both sides. Here comes Mikey O'Sheedy. His goal in the first half, pivotal for the victory. And Mikey put the coup de grace on the victory. That's long goes Maloney down towards Ronan and Collar. But who's back there? Only the man in the scuba door at the moment. Metro Crotty. And Metro puts it out over the line. And there goes under 21 final.